pictures you did yesterday? Where's your picture, Alexander? Ah, they're hanging there. They need to. Very good.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're on page 11. To understand. In present tense, I say I understand. You understand. So what happens with he, she, and it? How does it change?
S.
Yes, S. He understands with an S. She understands. It understands. And then back to they understand. We understand. Okay, how about in the negative? I do not or don't. I like the contraction, so I'm going to say don't. I don't understand. But do not is also okay. And same with you. You don't understand. What happens with he? Say it again. Doesn't. Good. He doesn't understand. She doesn't understand. It doesn't understand. Hard to fit all of that in there. Doesn't.
Not enough room.
Yeah, that's what I said. Hard to fit it in there. Wait, very small. And then for they and we switch back to don't. They don't understand. We don't understand. Good morning.
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 No coffee today, or going to fall asleep? Nadia looks grumpy about no coffee.
My coffee machine
Ah. Good morning. Good morning. Very nice to see you. Okay, now I'm going to ask the question. For I, how do I say it? I. Oh no, not
Do-
I.
Do
I? Do I understand? Yes. Okay, great. Thank you so much. And then you.
Do you
Do
understand?
you. Good. And he
Does not.
does. She does, does she and does it? And how about they?
Do.
Do.
We.
And do we? Move to the present continuous, which is right now. And what do I say? I. Yes, understanding. I am understanding. You have to write small. It's a lot to put in there. How about you? You are understanding. He
Is understanding.
is, and she and it is understanding. They
Are.
and we are. Long verb this time. Okay, for the negative, I want to use the contractions. So for I will say, I'm not. Good. I'm not understanding. And you aren't. Good. He isn't understanding. We still have the understanding. She isn't, it isn't. And then for they and we go back to aren't. They aren't understanding. How about the question for I?
Am I understanding?
Yes. Am I understanding? This word is too long. I'm gonna do this. You? Are you?
Are you understanding?
He? Is he? Is she? Is it? And they? Are they and are we? Okay, who knows, to understand is an irregular verb. Who knows what is it in the past?
Understood.
Understood. Good.
It was the both, yeah.
I understood. 2 O's instead of A-N. And same for all. I understood. She understood. They understood. All the same. Okay, in the past, I will say I didn't understand. Understood is only for the positive, so I didn't understand. Same for all. How about if I'm asking the question? Yes, did I understand? Same. Did they understand? Did it understand? And in the future, I will understand. And for the negative, with the contraction, won't. Good. I won't understand. And for the question, that will comes out front. Will I understand? Same for all. Will he understand? Will she understand? Okay, when you are done, you can put your grammar book away. When you're finished, you can put your grammar book away and go sit with these people for the question of the day. Did you know?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, question of the day says this. What can you do to meet more people in this country? So I want you to talk from this country. So I want you to talk about where can you go? What can you say? What can you do? And why would it be good? Why would it be good for you to meet more American people? Why would that be good for you? Okay? So talk about where can you go? What places can you go to meet people? And when you get there, what will you say? What will you do? And there's probably many places that you can go. So talk about that with your group.
Can I do more people? I now I go to museum and more places. Speak with people. Huh? What? Ah, where? Где? On shops,
Work on
on malls, on my work. I speak in people. What can I say? What can I say?
About school first. You can meet people from this country at school, but not in this class. Right? Everybody in this class is from a different country and they came here. It is good to know people, other immigrants, other people trying to learn English, but it is also good to know some Americans, right? So if you're going to meet people from this country at school, what do you need to do?
When you come to school,
Yeah, but what do you need to do besides come to class? You need to join a club. You need to go eat in the cafeteria. You need to walk around the school. And what can you say? Hello, I'm Artem. Nice to meet you.
Then more
You need to
speaking.
smile, be friendly, ask questions to people. But so school is a good place. There are a lot of people here. But I think many of you come to class and then you go right home, right? You don't spend time here. But there are a lot of other things that you can do here in the school to be practicing English. Go to the library, go to tutor, go to have lunch after class, join a club. There are many clubs, every interest here that you can, there's clubs of people that play games and you can learn different things in clubs, you can go to activities, so lots of good opportunities here. I heard Sarah say you can also go to a shopping place. Yeah?
yes.
You can meet people while you're shopping. But again, you have to be friendly and you have to speak. Many times, I think,
Park. A lot of people, summertime.
especially if you have children, and you bring children to go play at the park, And you can talk to other parents, or if you go walking at the park and you see other people that are walking at the park.
Don't wait for somebody to come to talk to you. You go start to talk. Say, hello, my name is so-and-so.
Yes, and I know you have to be brave to do that. But why would it be good for you?
Learning more English.
Yes, learning more English, more practice, learning about culture, I heard Sarah say. Somebody to ask questions to. People that are from this country probably know more things about this city and this state. So you can learn a lot of things talking to people from this country. And here's the thing, some people that you try to talk to are going to be unfriendly. You will say hello and they will say, keep talking, right? That's okay. Say hello to the next person. Most people will be friendly. Most people will talk. Some people just grumpy. I don't know why. But yes.
She said too shy and open mouth.
What?
She's not perfect English, but she's so shy and open mouth talking English.
That's okay. That's okay. That's how you get better.
That's what
If you never practice, then you don't get better, right?
You can be wrong, that's okay.
But yes.
You understand or know different language or only English?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm learning Spanish, but I'm not good yet. So I feel the same way when I try to speak Spanish. Other people are like, no. But no, I'm not good yet, but I'm trying to learn. But I mean, really, you can go anywhere. Restaurants, Starbucks, shopping, park, school, anywhere, but you have to not be shy to talk to people. You have to say hello, ask questions, smile, be friendly, right? But it's so good for you to meet other people from this country. Okay, good job. I heard some people with some good ideas. So next week I'm going to ask you, who did you talk to? And Carolina, you can't say nobody, okay? Okay, you can go back to your spot for just a minute. For a few minutes today, we are going to talk about some good ways and easy ways that you can practice English when you are at home. And we're going to do one practice way right now. Everybody knows and understands what is YouTube? Yes?
Yes.
Everybody know this? Yes? YouTube on the computer? So if you go to YouTube on the computer and you type in ESL short story, you will see ESL short stories for beginners, for middle, and they're very short videos where you watch the video and read the words, and then at the end there's a few questions for you to answer to see, did you understand? Some of them are kind of silly. Some of them you can learn about a subject, but we're going to watch one right now. The whole thing is only 2 minutes and 40 seconds, including the question. So they are very short and quick. It's very easy to watch them again if you did not understand, but we're going to see what this one is like. This is one that's for beginners. I think it's too loud. Hold on. Yes.
Angela, Peter, and Love.
Useful vocabulary.
Hold on just a minute. There we go. Okay. So first useful vocabulary that you might hear in here. This first word is what? Everyone.
Large.
Large.
Wow.
It means big. Right? And next word is everyone outgoing. Outgoing. If a person is outgoing, it means they are very friendly. They like to talk. So like we were just talking about meeting people. If a person is outgoing, they're not shy. They talk to everyone. Hi, I'm Stephanie. Nice to meet you. Hello, hello. Yes? Okay, next word, parents. Everyone. What are parents, Carolina? Yes, your mother and father together are called your parents. Parents, just like we learned brother and sister together are called what? What are brother and sister together? Sibling. Remember that? Sibling? This one, mother and father together, parents. Next word is? Stay. Stay means to be in one place. So if Cynthia is sitting and I tell her stay there, that means she doesn't move. She sits in the chair, she doesn't leave the room, she doesn't move to another chair, she's in one place. Next word is? Everyone. Tired. That means sleepy. I don't know about this. This is too fancy of a word. Next word is fly. Everyone.
Fly.
Fly is the verb that we use to say that you're in an airplane. So when you go in an airplane, we say you fly from one place to another place. Yes?
Bug fly.
What?
Bug fly.
Oh yes, that's another meaning. So fly is also the bug. The bzz, I mean, that's a bee actually, but like, I like that one. Fly as a noun is also like this, right? But we're talking about fly as a verb, an action, and that means flying on an airplane or a bird that flies, right?
Superman.
Yep, it's the same. Yep. But you just have to read the sentence and see the context. Okay, so let's see about Peter, Angela, and love.
Angela is an English teacher. She is 28 years old. She is from Los Angeles, California, but she lives in Mexico City. Angela likes going to the movies and dancing. She comes from a large family. She has 3 brothers and 2 sisters. She is outgoing and happy. Peter is an architect from Manchester. He is 26 years.
We know what is an architect. But we learned that before. What is an architect?
Making construction.
Yeah. Somebody who makes the plans for a building. Remember we learned that about Jose Gil. Wanted to be an architect, yes?
Years old. He loves cars and sports. He comes from a small family. He is an only child. He still lives with his parents. His friends say he is boring because he stays at home all day long watching soccer on TV and playing video games. Peter is tired of his life in Manchester. He needs a change. Out of nowhere, he takes some Spanish lessons, buys a one-way ticket, and flies to Mexico City.
Okay, so this is part 1. I think he will go to Mexico City and fall in love with Angela. But let's watch it one more time because then you're going to answer the questions. So listen closely.
Angela is an English teacher. She is 28 years old. She is from Los Angeles, California, but she lives in Mexico City. Angela likes going to the movies and dancing. She comes from a large family. She has 3 brothers and 2 sisters. She is outgoing and happy. Peter is an architect from Manchester. He is 26 years old. He loves cars and sports. He comes from a small family. He is an only child. He still lives with his parents. His friends say he is boring because he stays at home all day long watching soccer on TV and playing video games. Peter is tired of his life in Manchester. He needs a change. Out of nowhere, he takes some Spanish lessons, buys a one-way ticket, and flies to Mexico City.
Okay, so we have to answer the questions. How old is Angela?
28.
Cynthia says 28. Do you agree? Okay, we'll see in a minute if we're right. What does she like to do? Traveling in Mexico or dancing in movies?
Dancing in movies.
Dancing, travel,
Which one? You have to choose one. What does she like? What does she like? Traveling in Mexico or dancing in movies?
traveling in Mexico.
Dancing in movies.
Okay, let's see if we're right.
Angela is an English teacher. She is 28 years old. She is from Los Angeles, California, but she lives in Mexico City. Angela likes going to the movies and dancing. She comes from a large family. She has 3 brothers and 2 sisters. She is outgoing and happy.
So she is 28. Ooh, now we have to decide.
Peter is an architect from Manchester. He is 26 years old. He
What does he like? Cars and sports or Manchester and sports?
Cars and sports.
What is Manchester?
That's where he lives. That's the city he lives in, Manchester.
Cars and sports.
Okay. And does he like Manchester? Yes, he loves it, or no, he is tired of it. What do you say? What do you think, Artem?
No.
He loves it or he's tired of it?
He loves, but he won't go to Mexico.
Okay.
He loves cars and sports. He comes from a small family. He is an only child. He still lives with his parents. His friends say he is boring because he stays at home all day long watching soccer on TV and playing video games. Peter is tired of his life in Manchester. He needs a change. Out of nowhere, he takes some Spanish lessons, buys a one-way ticket, and flies to Mexico City.
He is tired of it. So it breaks stories up into small pieces. So this was part 1, and then you can watch part 2 to find out what happens with Peter and Angela. And I think there's part 3 and 4, or you can choose a different story. But it's short pieces of the story that you can watch, you can learn the vocabulary, and then you can decide, you can use this to help you learn. You have to be doing things at home also, so important. Okay, if you don't have a computer, I want you to get one. Please, computer. We're going to do one more thing.
This thing that is 090.
No, this is just from YouTube. Now we're going to go to 090. Okay, when you log on to your Canvas website, go to 090 module. So you will see 014 in the first box and 090 in the second box. I want you to go to this one, not this one. assignment should be in the 090 module. While we're getting there, just a reminder to everyone that we have no class on Thursday. That means you will get homework tomorrow. Sylvia, are you here? Alexander?
One moment.
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay. I want everyone to click on Read Works. This one that says Read Works. Click here. And you'll get to the page that looks like this. And then click on this blue link right here. The blue link. And then where it says enter class code, you will enter capital JJB 2 capital F7, just like this. When you've entered that, click continue and then find your name.
What is the password?
Oh, sorry, the password is 1234. Yes, so when you enter the class code and then hit continue. Just like this, JJB2F7. Okay, so click continue and then find your name. Everybody's name should be on there. It will ask you for the password. Your password is 1234. And then you should be to a screen that looks like this. Everybody to the screen?
JJB, what's missing?
2
Two.
F7. JJB2F7. And when you click into ReadWorks, the class code is right here. So if you forget it and you're at home, it's right here. Find your name then, Sarah, and then the password is 1234. So, you're here? You guys are here? Okay. All right, so these are many, many stories that you can read, but we're going to do one together. I want you to scroll all the way to the bottom and click on number 7, the last page, and then find the second story that says Martin Luther King Jr. and click on that. Okay, so this one's very short, but we're going to read it together first. We just had the holiday that was Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We talked about it a little bit. I'm going to read it and I want you to follow along. Martin Luther King Jr. was a leader. When he was young, there were many unfair laws. He worked to make laws fair. King taught people to treat one another with kindness. He was a very good speaker. He spoke to large groups of people. He told them about his dreams. His dream was that all people would be treated fairly. He wanted all kinds of people to live together in peace. Today, we honor Martin Luther King Jr. with a holiday. We celebrate his holiday every January. So if I was reading this as an ESL student, as all of you, I would read it one time, like I just read it, and then I would look through for vocabulary that I do not understand. So what does it say that Martin Luther King Jr. was a leader? What is a leader?
Capital.
What?
Capital.
Capital?
Capital. Leader.
Yes, so a leader is someone in charge, the boss. He's telling other people what to do. So in our country, our president is our leader. You can have a leader in the classroom. In the classroom, the teacher is the leader. They're telling other people what to do. So he was a leader. People were listening to him. When he was young, there were many unfair laws. What does unfair mean? What does unfair mean?
They don't try trick everybody saying.
Yeah. Unfair means that people are not being treated the same. So in our classroom, what if I gave Artem 10 pages of homework and I gave Cynthia 2 pages of homework?
That's unfair.
That's unfair. It's not the same. I'm not treating students the same. If I say to Sarah, come in, welcome to our classroom, and I say to Sylvia, stay out, do not come in, that is unfair. That is unfair. So in our country, there are many unfair laws. Laws are the rules that we have to follow in this country. The rules that say you have to drive a certain speed. You cannot kill people in our country. You must be a certain age before you can drink alcohol. Those are all laws. Those are all rules that we must follow in this country. So he was a leader and he worked to make laws fair. So unfair means not treating the same. Fair means treating the same. So everybody gets 2 pages of homework, not 10. That's fair. That's fair. So it says, King taught people to treat one another with kindness. What is kindness? What is kindness?
What do you do? Milk?
What?
Milk?
Friendly.
Kindness.
Yeah, what does it mean?
You're nice to people, like helping people.
Yes. When you are kind, you are nice and you are helping people with your words and with your actions. So if Alexander says to Nadia, do you have a pencil that I can borrow? And Nadia says, no. No smile. No pencil for you. That is not kind, right? But if she says, yes, I have extra pencil, here you go, and gives it to him. When Nadia helps to understand words, that's kind. When somebody doesn't understand the computer and somebody else helps them on the computer, that's being kind. So Martin Luther King wanted people to be kind to each other, not mean. The opposite of kind is mean. He was a very good speaker. What does speaker mean? Yes, to speak means to talk. If you are a speaker, you are talking to lots of people. So in front, I think this picture shows. Here, he's speaking to all of these people. He is a speaker. He is a speaker. But to speak does mean to talk, but to be a speaker means you are talking to lots of people. If I am talking to just one person or 2 people, I am not called a speaker. Speaker is when you're talking to many people at the same time. It says he spoke is past tense of to speak. He spoke to large groups of people. He told them about his dream. We talked about that before, the I have a dream speech. He wanted people of every color to be kind to each other. So the black people, the white people, the brown people. He wanted everyone to be treated fairly and be kind to one another. And that's why Martin Luther King Jr. has died. He's no longer living. but every year we remember him and all of the things that he did in January. That's the holiday that we just had. So you can read these things. You can read them as many times as you need to. And when you think that you understand, to check your understanding, you can go to the questions. So the first question says what? Carolina, can you read it for us?
What problem did many lawyers have when Martin Jr. was young?
Okay, so what were the problems with the laws? No one followed the laws were unfair, or the laws were fair? Were unfair. So I'm going to choose B for my answer. B.
Brother,
Up here where it says passage questions. See, that's Carolina being kind. Good job.
my computer.
Okay, Artem, can you read question number 2?
This passage
Passage means reading. So this passage,
describes Martin Luther King Jr. and the war that he died. How does the passage describe Martin Luther King?
okay. So does this reading describe him as shy and quiet, a leader and a good speaker, or a strong fighter?
Leader and good speaker.
Yes, a leader and a good speaker. Leader and good speaker. Okay, how about question number 3, Cynthia?
Martin Luther King Jr. treatment that all people would be treated fairly, and he wanted people to live together in peace. What does this tell us about life in America when Martin Luther King Jr. was alive?
Okay, so if he wanted these things, that means it wasn't happening yet, right? So does that mean that life in our country, people were not being treated fairly or living together in peace? People in America had many friends and lived together happily, or there was a war in America with lots of fighting?
In America, friendly and living together happy.
Okay, remember, this is asking what was happening when he was alive. So he was fighting to make things different, but they weren't different yet. So what was happening that he was trying to change?
Together happily, that means
That's what he wanted. That's not what was happening.
that means you want to change it happening?
Yeah, so he wanted people to have many friends and live together happily, but that's not what was happening right now.
Right now, the people were not being treated fairly and living together in peace.
Yes, they were not. They were not being treated fairly or living together in peace. That's what he wanted. That was his dream, but it wasn't happening yet. Okay, question number 4, Nadia.
What is the main idea in Martin Luther King? Martin Luther King
Junior.
was great and important person. Martin Luther King Jr. was the best American president. Martin Luther King was a very good speaker.
Okay, but main idea says if you had to tell somebody what the whole reading was about, all of this, in one sentence, which one would you say?
Martin Luther King Jr. was a great and important person.
Okay, so when I look at the answers, Martin Luther King Jr. was not a president, so it's not B. So it's between this one and this one. The reading did say that he was a good speaker, but that is one of the details, in lots of details. It also said that he was a good leader, that he was fighting for change. So I think Martin Luther King was a great and important person is the main idea. It talked about why we have a holiday for him. That means he's important. So main idea. And now we have to practice some writing. How did Martin Luther King Jr. teach people to treat one another? Martin Luther King Jr. taught people to treat one another with what? What was the word? With?
Friends include.
Starts with a K. Yes, with kindness. So we have to finish the sentence. Martin Luther King Jr. taught people to treat one another with kindness. With kindness. And then number 6, you're going to type one sentence about one thing that you learned about Martin Luther King Jr. And you can go back to the reading and look at it again to remind yourself. But maybe you learned that Martin Luther King, we're writing a whole sentence. King Jr. was a very good speaker. Or maybe you learned that the laws in our country were very unfair. Or that he was a leader. Type one sentence that says one thing that you learned from this reading. And this is also practice with writing. So make sure that you're using capital letter, period at the end.
Junior period.
Oh, yep, right here. Period, right at the end.
King Junior.
Oh, period after junior. Good call. You are correct. Okay, so if you're doing these at home to practice English, there's usually a couple of things at the end that talk about class discussion, or draw something, or look up something. You can choose to answer those questions if you want to, or do this as optional, but you don't have to do those. So at the end, after you've answered all of the main questions about the reading, you will click submit. Submit, and if you didn't do the classroom discussion question, it's okay. You can say submit anyway. And your questions will come to me. So I will be able to see your answers, I will be able to see your writing. You can look at your results. That means how did you do on the questions that you answered? This says that we got 4 out of 4. We got 100%. You did a good job. And then these I need to look at to see your writing. So what I would like everyone to do is, I think you can go back and click on your name right here. Yeah. If you click on your name at the top corner up here, I want you to look through the readings that are available to you, and I want you to choose one and do just what we just did. You can choose anyone that sounds interesting to you. And you can look at it to see how long is it. Most of them are very short, and they have questions just like we went through. You can pick a topic that is interesting to you. But I want everybody to pick one, read it to yourself as many times as you need to. You can ask me about vocabulary, or you can look it up yourself and then answer the questions and submit it. So everyone's going to be working on their own story, whichever one you choose. And if you would like to work with a partner and both do the same story, you can do that, or you can do it on your own. So everybody find a story that you're interested in and get started. You should have time to finish the story and the questions in class today, because we still have a lot of time. If you would like me to help you find a story too, I can do that. So everybody find one story. Did you find one? You find one? Oh. Okay, good. That's a good idea. Yeah, computer at home. No? You don't? You do? Alexander, do you have a computer at home?
What?
Do you have a computer at home?
Yes.
Yes. Artem, do you?
We have planchette, iPad.
Okay. Sylvia, do you have a computer at home? All right. Some of you have played this game before, some of you have not, so I'm going to explain it. It's for vocabulary. So I'm going to say a category, and you are all going to stand up, and when it is your turn, you have to say something in the category. If you cannot think of something, then you have to sit down. If you say something not in the category, then you have to sit down. So for example, if I say the category is colors, and we start with Cynthia, she says red, blue, green, yellow, orange, any colors that you can think of, I will write down. But maybe when it gets to Sylvia, she says apple. Apple's no color, sit down. Or she says, I can't think of one, sit down, okay? And then last person standing is the winner, okay? Does everybody understand? Do you understand? Until you can't think of something that's in it. But you want to stay standing because you want to be the winner. And there's a prize for the winner.
The computer is logged out?
Yeah, log out of the computer. You can't use your phone and you can't use the computer, okay? So the category is going to be vegetables. Vegetables.
Vegetables.
Any vegetable you can think of in English. Vegetable. If you say a fruit, you have to sit down. If you cannot think of one, you have to sit down. So everyone stand up.
When we use the vegetable, we want to say carrot.
No. Yes. Yes. And you cannot repeat one. So with my color example, if you say blue and somebody else says blue, they have to sit down. Okay? I'm going to read up here. Okay, we're going to start with Cynthia. Vegetables. Lettuce. Okay. Alexander. Vegetable.
Картошка.
In English, In English.
Apple.
Oh, that's fruit.
Ah, fruit.
Fruit. But I'm going to give you one chance. This is first round.
Free.
Can you tell the what?
Free.
Это не картошка.
Да. Ну, как бы.
А то я потом не буду вечно говорить.
Oh, that.
Complicated. You say letter. You have to say green.
No. As long as it's vegetable.
Салат.
Okay, so with,
Salad.
if we're, Nadia, can you make sure he understands the difference between fruit and vegetable? Does he? Yeah.
Vegetable, фрукты это отдельно, а овощи это отдельно.
Ну, салат.
But it
Салат.
has to be, salad is many vegetables, just one.
Нет, салат. Есть растение такое салат.
That's lettuce.
Но она говорит, что это салат, это когда ты делаешь микс овощей, а тебе нужно назвать один овощ. Вот одну траву нажми. Ой, нажми, назови.
It's difficult.
You can say salad.
It's difficult, yeah. No, because that's many vegetables. How about, I'm going to help Alexander. Do you know what this vegetable is?
Oh,
I don't know.
any vegetable.
No.
Yeah, I understand.
Ah,
What is this? I don't know speak English.
Okay, well today we'll be learning for you. So sit down and then watch, okay? Artem,
Potato.
good. Potato. Nadia,
Carrot.
Carolina,
Tomato.
Sarah.
Tomato is a fruit.
Some people say fruit, some vegetable. It's okay.
Radish.
What is?
Radish.
Radish? Sylvia,
Car.
say it again. Corn. Good. Okay, Cynthia. Artem.
Cucumber. Огурец.
Вау.
Nadia.
No. Заберите его от меня.
She's not remember.
Paper.
Pepper.
Paper.
This one?
What is bell pepper? That's big or hot pepper? What is bell pepper?
Hot pepper, it's okay.
Hot
This
pepper.
is different.
Red sugar. это-
Ну,
Okay, Carolina. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Да.
Нельзя телефон использовать.
Я словарный запас повышаю.
А, я-
Oh, you sat down. She sat down. Cynthia.
Onion.
Okay. Oh, Artem.
Cabbage. Yeah.
Okay. Nadia.
Celery.
Celery.
Побеги, осердели.
Carolina?
Я все.
А как грибы? Ты же
Alexander,
знаешь,
look up these so you can see picture.
Red
No.
sugar
Look up
pepper.
on your, do you still have the computer on? Let me see. Look up the,
I don't know.
Я даже правду называю.
no, it's not touched. Look up these so you can know, you can learn vocabulary. You look up, oh, okay, good. Okay, whose turn is it? Carolina. Oh, no phone, oh! Okay, Sarah.
Watercress.
What?
Watercress.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Jalapeno.
Ah.
Oh, I'm finished. I don't
You sit
know.
down. Not
I
yet.
don't
Deal.
know vegetables.
That's spice. That's spice.
А вот и spice. Not spice. Аромат. Deal.
Yeah, that's spill. That is spice. It's herb.
And spice?
It's no vegetable.
Садись.
А, это приправа.
Ah, okay. Thank you, understand. Вот артишок.
No, don't look on your phone. Nadia can't cheat. Don't look on your phone.
Спрашиваю.
Подожди, я знаю.
Carolina.
А что такое? Я дома выучу отвечать.
Вот артишок. Теперь от того, что тебе легче.
Can you think of one? What? Oh, that's spice. Spice.
Просто подсказываю.
So many more. Okay, you can sit down. Sarah. Oh, somebody already said cucumber. Oh, okay, you can be a winner if you can think of one more.
Celery.
Oh, someone. Oh, no winner. Darn it. Let me think of some more that I think maybe you know. Has anybody heard of this?
What is?
Cauliflower. Cauliflower. And
It's
Looks a little like broccoli, but it's white. White? How about this?
Cabbage.
I was surprised nobody said this.
Что значит картошка, помидоры?
Green beans. Green beans. How about this one? This
Broccoli.
is my favorite vegetable.
Mushroom. It's not vegetable.
Mushroom
Mushroom?
vegetable.
No.
What is it?
Broccoli?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Это грибы.
Yeah, we have broccoli. How about this one? This is my other favorite vegetable.
Брокколи есть, да.
Zucchini. Zucchini. Very delicious. How about this one?
Squash.
Squash. Looks a little like zucchini, but it's yellow. It looks like zucchini, but it's yellow. It's squash. Squash. Maybe these are ones that are a little less known. Has anybody ever heard of this? Okra? Okra? Have you heard of okra before? Looks like
Первое, что успел артишок.
looks like this.
Oh,
Okra.
that's not American stuff.
It's popular in the South. This is cauliflower. Cauliflower. This is squash. Squash.
Pumpkin.
Another one that we didn't say, does anybody ever heard of this before? Eggplant.
Eggplant.
It's called eggplant. Egg. Zucchini. That looks like this. This is zucchini. Looks like this. Yes.
На мангале делаешь зукини.
Any other ones up there that you want to see? Another one that we didn't say is beet. This is called a beet. One that I think somebody else said, this is a radish.
Редиска.
Radish.
Radish.
Radish. Oh, this is a good one. How about this one? Asparagus. Asparagus.
Людям, когда нечего делать,
vegetables.
Remember everything.
I know, there's so many, right? Asparagus. How about? Let me see ones that maybe we didn't see. Oh, these are weird ones. Oh, these are combination ones. Let's see if it shows us any pictures. Let's look at, we have carrots, bell peppers, squash.
The garlic is a vegetable or the condiment?
What one?
Garlic.
Garlic? It's a spice. It's a spice, garlic. Oh, I don't know, lemon, lime, that, they think that's fruit.
That's
Mushroom,
Lemon.
cabbage, eggplant. Trying to see many. This is fruit and vegetable. Oh, sweet potato or yam. Have you heard of that before? This is, it looks like a potato, but it's orange. Someone, ooh, what is this? Does anybody know what this is?
Artichoke.
Artichoke. Artichoke. Looks like this.
Это то, что я должна была сказать.
Artichoke. Artichoke. You eat only the leaves. You eat only the leaves. Tomato, cabbage, pumpkin,
How did they eat that?
okra, cauliflower. You eat only the leaves. Radish, pepper. Which one? Oh. Good. Okay. I'm going to give you a hint. We're going to play this game again tomorrow, and the category is going to be fruit. So between now and tomorrow, I want you to think all of the fruits that you know, and be ready to play this game again with fruits. Okay? Fruits, fruits, fruit. Thinking fruits. Okay. So I showed you two things that you can do at home. If you do not have a computer at home, you can also go to the library here at Pierce College, or you can go to the public library and use the computers there. And some of these things you can do on your phone as well. But who is still doing or started doing this? Are you doing it still? Yes? Are you doing it?
On my phone, on my cell phone.
Every day?
No.
Every day. I want everybody to have Duolingo on their phone and do at least 10 minutes every day. 20 minutes better, but at least 10 minutes every day. I know you have time because you're watching TV and you're doing other things. So before you watch TV, before you go to sleep, I want you to do for at least 10 minutes every day. 20 minutes is better, okay? I will see you tomorrow. Make sure you come tomorrow and get your homework. Short week this week, so I'm going to give you a little bit more homework than usual because you have a whole extra day.